Okay, so for today's class, I'm going to do a value scale from lightest to darkest. You can see lightest to darkest. We're also going to create a sphere with value to make it look three-dimensional with a little shadow. I'm going to show you how to divide that up. So find a clean piece of paper, and I'll turn back after a couple seconds. The first thing I want to do is I'm only going to show one scale. So I'm going to use my ruler and make it 7 inches long. Put another one underneath this. Then I'm going to divide it by an inch each. Finish off my sides here. Draw my lines in. All right, so this is my value scale. Okay. First thing is about the pressure. So for the last one, I'm going to press as hard as I possibly can. I'm leaving absolutely no white space. I'm actually going to go both directions, okay? I'm going to go to the right and to the left, and then I'll go back over it again. I don't want to see any white. It's really solid, thick black, okay? And there is box number 1. Now, for box number 2, I want to get lighter. So, of course, the pressure of my pencil is going to be lighter. I'm going to go, again, back and forth. I'm going to fill everything in. If I go over into the other square, that's okay. I'm also going to go this direction because I just needed a shade lighter than this one. So if I go over it again, it's going to get darker. But it's not as dark as this one. It's just a tad bit lighter. Okay, if you accidentally go over a little bit, we're going to just clean it up a little bit. Okay. So you see how we're getting lighter. All right, again, I'm going to go back and forth. I'm using the side of my pencil. I'm going to go over this one more time because I want it to be just a shade lighter than this one. So here's my second run over here on this. Okay, it's still lighter than this one. This is the darkest. It gets lighter, and then it's this one. I have all this kind of white showing, so I want to make sure I go over all of that. So if I have to go the other direction, I go the other direction. Okay, so I'm getting lighter as I head this way. This time, I'm doing it again. I'm getting lighter. It's all about the pressure of your pencil. Again, I filled in the whole space, maybe a little bit darker. I'm going to go run over it a little bit more so that it's just, now we're hitting this one. So I'm getting lighter again. It's all about the pressure of your pencil. I'm filling in the whole entire square. I'm not leaving any white, but I'm still getting lighter. One more time, I'm going to do it very, very lightly. The whole entire thing. Make sure it's lighter than the one before. There's still pencil in there. And the last one is a highlight. I'm going to leave it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Now I'm going to do my sphere. So I have a glass here that I brought to make my circles with. I'm going to go around to make a sphere. I'll head back to that paper in just one second. I'm going to make 2 spheres. I'm going to show you what I will do with that. There's 2 spheres. Okay, remember, I did 2. So we did this lighter to darker part here. Okay, we're going to use this. I'm going to say this is a light source. Okay, light source. So the light is hitting my object from here. So I'm going to make this the highlight. It would be the lightest part of my sphere. And then the next part will be then it's literally going to go around. So you've got 1, you've got 2, you've got 3, you've got 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you're going to have all these different values in there. Maybe not so much of, maybe this one's not as big. Okay, but you'll have 1 through 7 in there. And do you see how I did this? So again, I'm going to show on this side. We've got 1 in there. We've got 2. This will be 2 on that side. 3, 3, and 3. So 4. Technically, I would draw the circle beyond it. 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 4, 5, 6, and 7. I have my darkest value. All right, so I'm going to start with my darkest value and stay within my circle, of course. I'm also kind of going in, so side of my pencil, I'm going to go in along that circular part of my sphere. So we're going to see this very, very dark value. Because if the light is hitting here, the darker part's going to be here. We will definitely have like some sort of shadow in here. We'll get that in a second. Then we're going to start heading to our 6 and our lighter value. So we're going to change the pressure, not as hard. And I've got the lines for guidance here, so I can see I'll be about like here for 6, and then I see where my 5 comes in. Again, I'm going to make sure I'm going to smoothly transition. There's no white. There's no, you don't see one value to the next value at all. And I'm going to head to my 5 because here's where my 5 is coming in. So I want to match my 5 to my 5. Okay, so I know about here I'm going to 4, so I'm going to get lighter as I head to this. Now, my 4 goes all the way up here. My 4 value should be up to, so it's going to go up and around. Okay, hold on. Bring it to about there. This should all be darker. Bringing it up and over. All right, so for my 3, I'm actually going to erase my 3 and my 2 and my 1 and my lines because I don't want to see them. I want it to make sure that it definitely gets lighter as I head over here. Move my chair over a little bit. So I'm getting to my lighter values. I'm definitely going around in that circular motion. Because it's a circular, it's curved. So I want to make sure I have that curved type motion to it. Okay. And then my very highlight will be in here, so I'm not even going to put any value in there. When it comes to this, the darkest part of your shadow, and then it's going to head out lighter. But it's still a shadow, so I'd probably end it at like the 4. Darkest part down here, pull it out. And there you have your sphere. Okay, you can also go back, like if you went over and clean up your circle a little bit. If anything went astray.